Pixel. I'm here with Fog. And what have we got here? Well, what do we reckon, Fog? There's an Underlord, and that final pick PA. I mean, isn't it a bit of a scary game to pick a PA into? It's a bit tough, isn't it?
They've got a good amount of burst damage. It's mostly the control coming from the Shadow Shaman in the pit. I'm liking what OG's got going for them here. They've got this late game. They've got the way to push out the waves quickly in case something's do go wrong and like Navi can get to the base. They've got Underlord to D-push, they've got Puck to D-push, they've got Shadow Shaman, and like the panel was mentioning, they've got that strong 5-man coming in with the Shadow Shaman wards. So I think go time for OG is hit 6 on Shadow Shaman and Puck. Ideally, or most of the time, I look at Undying, and this hero, we've seen it several times, especially here at DreamLeague, it just hasn't been great. However, a lot of times we see the Undying picked, there's a severe lack of lockdown.
Okay.
OG did not do that this time around at all. They have Puck, they have Shadow Shaman. These two heroes make up for the lack of lockdown on the Undying.
And look at this movement already from OG. Ready to kick things off aggressively. As they smoke up, move over to invade Navi's jungle. Navi will be able to avoid this though. They're all up towards the top. And it looks like it'll be the classic 2 for 2.
Trying to scout lanes.
Bounty.
With the smoke on the left side actually gets a safe ward down. So Medusa will have very nice time in that mid lane to be able to get those snake bounces. And as we've seen, Medusa now in the mid lane is a lot better to play just because the ramps are so minuscule. Look at that mid lane ramp. It's so tiny. You are gonna get hit by snake every single time if you walk up. And we're assuming that Jarex will play around that mid lane at the start. Give Rezo the best possible situation. And Notel should farm bottom too, so all 3 lanes for OG should farm quite nicely and not get pressured too much as long as they don't suffer from the rotations from Roger. Shadow Shaman is buff hero though.
Yeah, quick blast from Jax to send Roger back off. Roger's going to come back in. Just passing by as it seems. Get the cogs down, trying to drain that of Rezo, but Rezo, he's far enough back, and in fact, he'll be able to farm up one of those cogs. An easy goal for Rezo.
Yep. They just have to watch out for the TPs from General on OG, so they don't get punished for it. Notel's eating a lot of harassment bottom as well from that Nature's Prophet. Early levels, it's a little bit painful for the Underlord until you get your levels and your passive up after Fiora. But S4, as we've seen, he, especially in that last series, was the big playmaker and the big saving grace for OG. So that's probably what we're going to see him be doing again this time around. He has a very, very favorable matchup. Puck versus PA. They can just easily push him out with that Undying as well.
This is the question, but how much farm is Crystallize actually going to be able to get up in this top lane? Because it feels like if the OG play the lane nicely, it's going to be hard for him to find it. Mid lane though, Jax. That goes on to Roger, Snake. Well,
one more hit, did they get the shock? Oh, range of the shock. Very close though.
Just got to go back to bait. Flying. That's what they're getting. Impressive here. Look at this. So they push the lane in, moving around the tower, really trying to keep this pressure on up top.
They don't want him to get free lasted from the tower. They did a decent job there too. Crystallize actually missed, I think, 3 of them. Jarex as well gets a bounty rune. He gets both. OG gets all 4 bounty runes at the 2-minute mark. Both supports making the moves around.
It's bottom lane.
Starting to catch back up once he gets level 2 and 3.
Exactly what you said, yeah. The progression, the levels.
And mid now, Jarex has a DD rune. So that's a 154 damage right click from that Shadow Shaman. Very painful for Dendy and Roger to step up. Look at the denies on Jarex. 2 and 7. Going for every single one he possibly can.
It's certainly getting harder and harder for Navi. That's one out of the many 3 that need to step up in difficulty as OG. Getting some good farm now on their cores. Top lane.
Crystallize farming nicely.
Crystallize, he's doing it right. He's doing alright. But S4 still finding farm out of this, and this is where he wants theirs. A few more levels, it's only going to get harder for Navi mid lane. Leading on to Roger. They pop down the cogs for Resolution. He's locked in there with him. Bringing him down low. Deadly trying to help Roger man up, but it's not going to work for Navi. It's Rezo. Gets the first blood, taking down Roger.
I kind of want to see one of the Rezo maybe buy a bottle this time. Since Jarex is having such good rune control, I think he could use that little bit extra mana. What does he bring out on the courier? Yeah, he's just going to go for boots. Be able to run away from the clock. That's fine as well. I guess S4 will probably go for bottle anyway on the puck. Go with Fly. Fly gets the salve cancel from Crystallize there. Crystallize is going to be zoned out for a bit. And this is where S4 can catch back up in last hits. But yeah, 3 lanes. Pretty nice for OG. Noto starting to get those levels up.
Hey, he's killing it. Look at the CS down there as well.
Yeah.
19 for 4 against the 12 for 9, going very well now for Noto in that 1v1. And for the most part, looks to stay as a 1v1. Jerix is going to head down here.
The Sprout by General.
The seeds of fortune.
Jerix though, he's going for the kill.
Yeah, he's going to get it. All right, you take my bounty rune, I'll take your life. There's Jerax. As he's in and he's out, and that was not worth at all for General to try and come over and contest that.
Now he can haste, get the bounty, go back to base, TP back mid, help out Rezo more. Maybe he actually just gets a ward up first. Oh, he doesn't actually have one. Okay. Trying to get the grab on Rezo. In some trouble here. Got Fairy Fire in his stick though.
TP coming in as well from Fly. So
Jerax is there. He's going for Dendi.
Oh, Jerax! He nearly gets it. Fairy Fire comes out, does keep Dendi alive. And Jerax himself will also get out of the base. He's zoning Dendi out massively. Top lane S4 getting gone on. But with the orb as he escapes. Jerax making the movements. He's really getting into this. I mean, this is what, to be fair, is it the 3rd time he's played this Karma today? He's had it every game.
He's angry. Gonna start stacking up some neutrals to have that for the Medusa, and they have Shrine available, so better use of time there by Jerax.
Look at this now bottom as well. No, he knows he's pretty beefy now. At this stage, he can sort of get in aggressively. General. And the Sprout. Pulling Belade is there for no talent. He's just constantly shoving this lane in under the tower with the Firestorm. 32 to 12 against the 15 for 11, doubling CS of the Nature's Prophet in this 1v1.
Yep. And look at this, Jerax. We see the circles coming up from Navi. They know that a rotation's coming down, so General has to be and will be careful to step up here. No levels of pit just yet on No Tail. Jerax trying to go for the E-through. There's phase boots on General though. Scurry away.
Very hard for him to close the gap. Up top, S4 again. Being able to zone, Crystallize back. Crystallize is doing well, considering that the pressure that OG were trying to put on him up top at the start. 25 CS on the PA, not bad at all.
Fly, getting jumped on by Crystallize. And they go. They're just pushing him off from the bounty runes. I think they're realizing that OG's had really good control of that. Roger, versus Jerax. It will be just fine. Jerax.
Definitely these middle and bottom lanes being the biggest differences between OG and Navi.
No Tails cruising it right now. 39-16 to the 17 of General. That one quick rotation by Jerax just really catapulted No Tail forward.
And General can do very little against this sort of pressure. He needs to have backup if he wants to punish the way that No Tail's playing.
Yep.
Roger will head back down here on the clockwork. It's going to mean there's no clock mid and more space for Rezo's Medusa.
Navi gets a D ward up top. They kill Fly's freshly placed ward that was on the high ground there. Since they saw him there going for the bounties over and over again, they assumed it was placed. I think they also had a ward watching his movement to go there. No Tail. Eating a lot of right clicks. Roger trying to close the gap. No Tail. Double TPs from the supports.
Yeah, and that will put Roger off for sticking around for more. He's got to get out of there. That sort of reaction comes through. He just has to back away. No tap. He's certainly receiving the backup he needs, and it's allowing him to just stick around. I mean, he's low on health, but he knows it's fine. He's an underlord. He's got 3 points in the passive. Up top, Crystallize looking for S4. Quick orb and a phase shift, and S4's back to safety.
Yeah, very hard to kill Puck this game. Throughout all stages. There's no stuns. It's Clockwork who's not reliable whatsoever versus Puck. Unless he overscored. Mid lane, Dendi in some trouble here.
Jerax has got the grab, and with S4 coming in with the rotation, Dendi, he will go down. No amount of stick charges enough to save that Viper's life, right? So got eyes onto Roger. S4, think about it, he's got a Dream Coil, doesn't want to pop it down. Doesn't feel it's worth it for the support pot kill. He'll keep it for bigger things.
We're having a very great start to the early game, especially with the Medusa.
Oh, Fly. It's got a haste rune. Should be enough to keep him alive. They're trying to go for the Sprout, but he's out of there. Phase boost complete for Crystallize. He has got now a bit of a punch, but still it's the lack of control on S4 that's been the issue in that sort of matchup. Very hard for him to do anything about the puck.
Yeah, No Tail's got a solid 2 levels over everybody else in the game. Going for the rush 4-step as well, for the cogs being able to displace. They're going to have a lot of different 4-steps. I'm assuming it's going to be Underlord, it's going to be Shadow Shaman, and it's going to be the Medusa with very early ones coming out. Maybe Rezo prioritizes just getting Mask of Madness and some damage so he can just get that farm on. Since he does have a couple stacks coming up from Jarex on the Ancients and the hard camp on the right side. Now No-Tail, getting a little bit of tower damage. Keeping that Atrophy Aura stacks up. Beauty about playing it versus Nature's Prophet is you're always capable of killing Treants, so you're getting that bonus damage.
Mid lane, Dendi tried to make a bit of a go onto Resolution with the Viper Strike, but still not the damage needed to take down Resolution. He's actually going to come back in on this. He's feeling confident, Reza. He's still hanging around. I mean, Dendi will chase this down. Reza does have to be a little respectful of the punch that Dendi can offer. So Reza just trying to get the most out of the lane before he heads back to base. Just seeing, generally comes back into this bottom lane, but there really is nothing that he can do to stop No-Tail's reign in this bottom lane. He's just owning the lane as the Thunderlord, and it's finished. There's Navi struggling with dealing with him up top. Quick jump in, can't crystallize, does get the crit, and he may be able to chase this one. Ah, no, phase shift's there again. S4's fine.
He's gonna go back to base. But they are not getting tower on top just yet. He pretty much forced them to kind of dive him. Crystallize is still farming very nice though, top of the net worth. But the big discrepancy is that mid lane. Dendi getting punished really hard by that dual lane that was there for the entire time, plus the DD that Jarex did find earlier.
Dire's top tower isn't well at the moment.
Alpa S4. Look up some XP as well.
Snake bounces in mid, just keep hitting Dendi. He's actually put down to 300 life, and Rezo's pretty much full mana from all this.
Roger's hanging around mid, but not quite level 6 on the clock close. Really all he can do in terms of jumping in, down bottom. General's just being forced back away from this tower. Roger, Fly came up to the high ground. He got the Soul Rip and the Tombstone, so Fly will survive. And Roger and Snake are being forced back down.
Top.
Let's get in with the slow. They are trying to move it onto Rezo. Indeed, up top, S4 gets the kill onto Crystallize. And Dendi will not be able to claim the life of Resolution. So what happened top, Fog?
Coil. He just got coiled by S4. He tried to jump in and kill S4, but then Jarex just comes in and shackles him up. And Jarex has Serpent Wards available. They have a catapult top if he wants to go for it here, but chooses to make the move around.
Top tower is under attack.
Again. They've got a couple of heroes around here, Roger as well, but it's a hard kill to attempt for. He has the ult, he has a TP scroll, and we'll see how he looks to play
Can't
this.
get it off.
He can't, he's been battery stolen it up, and he's alright. He can't quite cast the ultimate, get it going. I don't know if it would have mattered anyway. Between the three of them, they did have a decent amount of damage, and that is Underlord down.
Oh, and the snake chased Dendi across the map, and now watch Rezo's mana. The snake is coming back. When I see it traveling on the secondary cam.
Oh, global snake. Oh, hello. Crystallize goes in quick with the crit. Guys there with the backup, but Roger, level 6 now. Hook shot. Rezo's out of mana. This is a big kill for Navi, and they'll get it. Resolution down. Generals keep it up to the high ground. Jarex there with the shackles. The Tombstone's gone. Jarex now in trouble as well as Crystallize ready to chase down for more. Roger body blocks Jarex up with the battery cell, takes another Crystallize. He's actually looking over supply, jumps around behind the tower. They're focusing the Undying with Dendi there as well. Crystallize, he'll find the kill. S4's come into the fight, but he's all alone as No-Tail's being zoned away. S4's down as OG just turn up the feedometer.
They got collapsed on very quickly by Navi, rotating everybody here. You see Dendi walked all the way from bottom to the mid lane. Roger as well. Those are very quick rotations coming out from Navi. OG had no idea. 112th time that Dendi and Fly face off.
The biggest Western rivalry.
Wow.
To the good old Alliance ones. I mean, no surprise really, Dendi and Fly. Two of the originals in terms of professional Dota players. They've been around a long time. They've played a lot of games. And here we see it again. I mean, Navi just played this perfectly, and this is a dream fight for a PA at this stage, just to be able to turn up and have this sort of impact. Having your team set up for kill after kill after kill.
Yeah, Dendi, like you said, you see him like walking through the bottom river at that entire time and collapsing onto that mid lane.
He manages to get those more elusive kills like S4, he just steps a step too far. Still though, there is a 2k lead for OG Navi. We'll need another fight like that to close the gap, but yeah, as we can see, that does pretty much half the job towards getting themselves back ahead
OG's about to have one of their big items still picked up. The Blink Dagger on Puck is 200 gold away. He should have it right after this top creep wave. There he does, if he's able to purchase it from the side shop. And No-Tail is going to be doing that build that we saw him do versus Mouse and Captain Fly. Actually mid, getting chased out. We'll go down here. Using the Master Madness jump.
Crystallize looking very scary now indeed. These are a lot of kills that the PA is getting involved in.
Yeah. So we saw No-Tail play the Underlord versus Mouse, and he went for the just full tank. Crimson Guard, etc. Just like, I think he had maybe Greaves on top of that, but he was just extremely durable in that game, and it's a really good approach with his PA. Roger, loaded up. That's a big ancient stack for Rezo. You can start working on that one. And since all ancients have mana now, it's the dream for Medusa. You get all your mana returned for Snake. Tombstone committed. They will clean that one up nicely.
How's Crystallize doing towards the Desolator after Master Man? He's got still a bit of time.
Still doing pretty nice.
But he's keeping up with the cause of Navi, of OG, and the same to be said for General. General getting the split push on. It's only Dendy that's a little bit behind on the Viper. But if Navi can find a few objectives with this General split push, that's going to bump Dendy back up as well with that Tower Gold. This was there, looking to form some sort of a defense. He just has to be careful. Snaker with the wraparound. Doesn't have a poison upon him. He'll go for the jump and quick silence. Make sure that there's no disruption to cause issues for the puck as he escapes.
They will get the tower though for Navi. Great start there coming forward for them. Boosting up Dendy up as you mentioned. He really needs it. Crystallize, trying to engage on mid here. All of OG is starting to collapse, but first they're going to farm up this other gigantic crimson stack.
Navi's getting this. They're already backing themselves away. Tail drops down the pit. Dendy's fine, and Crystallize will come back to mid, resume the farming. They'll bring Rezo over, away from the Ancients, just in case the fight does get forced by Navi. And they just those back from OGs, they're leading straight away. Jarek just drops the wards and the shackles. He's caught Dendy. Dendy's gone, and that will be the tier 1 tower going down in favor of OG. Quick and easy kill as Dendy was out on his own, and OG not afraid to dive near the tower. Jarek continues to make very, very nice plays in this channel.
Now they can go back to those ancients.
The seeds of fortune.
Very good decision making coming out from OG. With those Serpent Wards, always wanting to use them near the tower. Fly. And S4, they find General bottom. They've got the coil.
Try and get himself away. Sprouting fly back, but S4 will chase down and got a good amount of burst indeed. Just going straight for the Yule Sips as well, so he can keep up the elusiveness and also have that extra bit of catch.
Yeah, happy to see that. And yeah, Rezo is going to go for 4 staff.
Yeah.
Just everyone trying to build 4 staffs to deal with that clock. And I'm glad to see Fly skill up Flesh Golem there. That spell amp, the max damage amp is 20% there, so he's standing on top of General. So that bonus damage is pretty sufficient with S4. Navi, they're smoked up. They're trying to get some deep wards down to watch that ancient farming. They have to be able to contest it somehow. They can't let this Medusa just keep getting that acceleration. Not the best target to go for there, No-Tail. Pretty beefy, 1600 HP. Roger was trying to close the gap, but unable to.
I mean, if you're Navi, how are you looking to play this game? Is it just you just need to create space for Crystallize to get a few more items and have the rest of the team sort of split up the map and keep the lanes, you know, on the side shoved in with the Nature's Prophet?
Pretty much. It's tough because of how much of a deficit that the Viper is at.
Yeah.
He has to just try to catch back up, and he's going for 4 stuff. He's not going for that Veil build. Goes for the attack speed as well. He's not going for that magic damage, and they need as much right click as possible to try to deal with this Dusa, but yeah, it's really hard. They can't really group up and take fights versus OG's lineup. They don't have the team fighting lineup. They kind of just have to farm it out and hope that the PA gets big enough for them to take the upcoming fights much later on. Going at it. No, and 4 staff.
The line push and the Viper strike, but as you say, the 4 stuff up to the high ground. Keep No-Tail alive. Roger trying for the hook shot, but he's gone in onto Fly. There's 4 heroes here. Quick turn from Jarek with the Hex and the Shackle. And Roger's punished. He was hoping to find No-Tail, but a little bit of a risky play that absolutely does not pay off. Space has been there for Crystallize, and Crystallize does now have the money to get that Desolator out to him. So we'll see how he turns up to the fight with that extra bit of a physical punch. But still, these heroes on OG, as you said, they're getting tankier and tankier with the 4-stars as well. There's going to be the way to play around any sort of jump in from Navi. It's not going to be easy for Navi's lineup.
OG. They have Shadow Shaman wards up. I think they're looking for that Roche here, yeah. They're trying to make their way in it with it.
And this is very good timing from the Duke as well. Because that Desto's there, you know that Navi themselves, they would have been looking for the Roche.
They can't contest this Roche either. The Tombstone Serpent wards, there's no way unless they get some absolutely ridiculous
Stone
cogs.
Gaze there as well. I think it's pretty much impossible for Navi to go in. They've got the hook shot up in 10 seconds.
Yeah, there's no way.
Nice DS4 already, just keeping Roger back away from the pit.
The name of the game for OG mostly in like this first 19 minutes has been just like, come at us. Because all they need to really do is just keep farming ancient stacks, and they know that they've got this late game with the Medusa. They just have to make sure that Dendi doesn't flash farm, which he can't really because he's a Viper. General. Does have Orchid on top of the drum finished up. So he's keeping up with no tail on the farm.
Bottom tower is in turmoil.
It's a Euro Scepter picked up for S4, so that catch is there. Just go hunting for the Nature's Prophet. And General tries to split pushing it back.
Dire's bottom
S4's
tower
looking to
is
start
under
something
attack.
bottom here, but everybody from Navi's down here. He gets scouted up by the rocket as well.
Here comes the ult from Hotel, bringing the team over for the defense. Hook shots in, a surprise. This trend man has got friends. He's got the Yule Step to buy himself some time. Rezo moves forward with the Stone Gaze. Navi, they have to get out of it. S4 comes in with the 3-man Dream Call, allowing Rezo to close the gap. They try for the TPs out, but Crystallize, he's not going to make it. The PA's down, the rest, can they actually escape? They've got the lock onto Seneko. Seneko won't be as lucky as well. Some did get out, but OG fine. 2 kills, one of them being the big one as well, getting Crystallized. Who actually, Balazar ticked out in the base as he was falling ever so low, and what a play there between them. The coil,
Yeah,
the
coil
snap.
break snap.
I mean, S4 there with that 3-man Dream Call, setting up for Rezo to close the gap, and of course the way that started, getting no tail, bringing the entire team over from top to bottom. That's sort of the textbook plays that you expect when you read how an Underlord works, that we just don't see that often. That sort of movement of the whole team just catching the opponent off guard.
That was literally perfectly executed by S4. With the Yules finished up, even though he gets Orchided, Yules himself up. Jerax.
But that man's got an Orchid. Oh no. Jerax may have made a mistake.
Uh-oh.
Not sure if he forgot that the Orchid was there. I was just maybe hoping that he could get the instant Hex before the Orchid silence came through.
That's what he wanted. Roger, rooted up. The hook shots, try to distance himself a bit.
He hook shot. S4's going to chase. He's got Dream Call back up. Lays it down. Buys space for No Tail to close the gap. And Roger, he's surrounded by 3. He's gone. A quick star rip from Flight. Oh, Courier. All right. Oh, that had quite a bit on indeed. General gets the Courier. He's not getting out for it, though. They've got the Yule set up to cancel the CP, and General will get 2. There's a bit of time bought from here. By Seneko is not enough. They tried to get him out of there. He does get the Courier, though. That did have the, I believe, the completed Hurricane Pike of the Medusa there. So a little bit of a slowdown for OG, but still overall, Navi are starting to hemorrhage kills. It's 13-7. OG getting some momentum, and sure, there'll be a few minutes without the completed Hurricane Pike, but I don't think OG are going to be too bothered by that at all.
No, I mean, OG they have this Medusa who can just doing this.
Yeah.
Farming up double ancient stacks, farming up double neutral stacks, holding energy. And when you look at Navi's lineup, they don't have that flash farming ancient hero.
No?
Crystallize doesn't have a battle fury or anything along those lines, so he can't do the similar thing that Medusa does. And Dendi falling it, just sticking at that same network. He's a Viper. He can't flash farm. Sure, you have Nether Toxin now, but like Lumi was mentioning on the panel, no one really levels it up now again. In the early phase, they switch to split it up unless they have something.
The hook shot, trying to set up onto Jerax. He gets the walls down. No Tail came in with the ult. This is the lockdown onto Roger, but Roger a little too speedy. He's running himself away. No Tail's continuing to chase. Yeah, if they can get the puck in, they should have enough damage. They've got the silence. Or not enough to finish him. He's looking for the denied the ancient. No, he just holds the corpse. He knows that he can live. They'll turn towards Fly. Fly with the stick charges, the skull rip, and the decay, keeping himself alive for a little bit, but it's not long enough. Crystallize jumps in, finds the grit, has the hit with the Desolator. Rezo's come over as well to join in this fight. But OG, they're down 2. Stone Gaze will be popped. Navi, they kite it out. They back away. It's Navi this time, finding the favorable numbers. They get 2. They only lose 1.
Radiant's bottom tower
Crystallize edges closer to the BKB. And things certainly going to be quite scary for OG, especially the support. Once he has that BKB, as he can just lock down straight away onto Jerax.
That's their big timing window. When they have the BKB, they just have to go time. But fighting against Underlord is going to be pretty difficult. He's got Mech, he's got Vanguard, he's going to build toward Guardian Greaves and Crimson Guard. So he's going to make his team a lot more durable to withstand that 10 seconds of the BKB. And they're still in Aegis too. I mean, it's going to be getting cleaned soon. But yeah, the supports are the big ones that will suffer. I want to see if maybe they go for like Ghost Scepters or Glimmer Capes, something along those lines, some other defensive items after those 4 stabs. So gets will blink for Jerax for the catch, and Fly. Pro eventually get a Glimmer Cape, but he's a hurt.
Fortunes change.
Puck, Kaya, the new standard on the majority of in cores, and then going to be going for that Aghanims afterwards to deal with that BKB from the PA. Rezo's getting pretty tremendous though. 2 pieces of the Eye of Scotty will be finished up quite soon. Here, Bendy trying to build a BKB of that Maelstrom so he can start actually being that farmer.
Even with that Death Arm crystallized, it is very hard to take down the juicer, as you say.
Back to Ancients from Rezo, triple stack again. It's gonna be starting to get cleared up, as well as stacking up the medium camp every single time. Farm game, he will have that Eye of Scotty finished very soon after this gets finished.
As well as the Hurricane Pike once he wants to send it out to himself.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's still dead on the
got
courier.
that.
That's
You know,
right.
that's
Oh
the
man.
thing. He's massive.
Totally forgot that was still dead on the courier.
Yeah. Hurricane Pike, and as you say, just couple hundred gold in that. God, he's going to be out.
He's getting a, I don't like using this, but he's getting a big power peak here. He's getting about to get level 20 for that 800 plus mana on top of the Eye of Scotty. He's going to be really hard for Navi to bring down unless they can just isolate him. Which I don't think OG is going to let them do because of the way that No-Tail has itemized.
And he has those Greaves.
Tower is under attack.
Closing in on the recipe.
His job is just to defend his towers from General's push. And then Dark Rift into his team.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Navi, they went for a smoke. See if they can catch anything. Roger coming in for the side.
Structures have been
See if
secured.
he can go for a hook shot potential, but now the smoke comes off, he backs away. A little
Radiant's
too close
bottom
to
tower
OG's heroes.
has uninvited guests.
Or in the trees.
Radiant's bottom tower has been
They want to kill Dendy bottom. He is very isolated.
So much trouble if S4 can get the lockdown jump forward from S4. There's no tier 2 as he's already down. The Dream Core's there, closing the gap for No-Tail. He's going to proc the Dream Core stun, moving Jax and Rezo in as well. And with the Skadi down, Rezo just rips through him. That's Dendy down, no Viper for 50 seconds. OG with the creep wave moving in bottom. They're going to try and threaten for high ground.
I mean, with No-Tail this buff, 26 HP per second. This looks like Rax.
Yeah.
No clip.
How do you stop this push?
bottom barracks.
OG, they're pushing up at 26 minutes in. And there is no way the Navi can stop this one. That's going to be the melee rush going down. You can see Nature's Prophet going for the split push, but guess who's there? S4's already up top. He puts an end to the split. And they get away with this. Is looking very, very scary for Navi. The OG can just group up as 5. They're so strong at this point of the game. That was even before No-Tail had the Greaves complete. Roger's going to head forward, but there's a Skadi. The slow's there. Rezo just closing the gap. He has to go for the hook shot back to safety, and it does save him. But yeah, Rezo's chasing. They'll go for the defensive disruption, but that's just going to allow time for Rezo to close the gap. Billicape's not enough. Rezo gets the kill, pops the stun. He's just moving in on his own. He doesn't even need the rest of OG. He's just going in. The rest of OG now starts to come up behind him. But that is looking very scary indeed, that Rezo can just walk up like that. Navi can do nothing to punish it.
Starting to look near impossible for Navi to take any type of fights. They have to have massive number advantages, and I don't think OG's gonna split up. I wouldn't blame them either with the lineup that they've got going on here. They've now got Blink Dagger finished on Jerax, Glimmer Cape on Fly. They've got all they need to just 5-man these towers.
They've nearly got the Ags on S4 as well. It's all coming together for OG. They'll look to push on this tier 2. Stanenko's getting caught out by the pit. Roger trying to close in, but a quick force from Rezo gets him back to safety. General goes in with the background, has the silence. They're trying to surround him. He is dropping low on mana here, Rezo. Breakthrough as well. Can they take him home? No-Tail says, hold on, boys. We're going back to base. Rezo's out. Everyone's out. No-Tail with the save gets Rezo and the boys back out of there.
That was actually looking almost really scary for Resolution
He was
there.
falling low.
But stands next to the Atrophiora, stands next to No-Tail, gets grieved up, gets that bonus armor. Now Navi.
It's the pit. Lies. Fine. Go slow and back up. Just trying to chase. Actually, I say that Jarek jumps. Then he's managed to find the Hex. The water down as well. Roger going for it. The shackles will be broken by the back yourself. Crystallized post the BKB, but the Serpent Wards and the physical from Rezo is looking to be too much. He's got to rely on the evasion, but the RNG surely not there. Crystallized can't survive through that. The PA is down. OG down the mid lane, taking the tier 2 tower. They're 8K gold lead now, 29 minutes in. They are looking so much stronger than Navi's heroes at this stage. It's so hard with the composition that Navi have to do anything to stop this pressure that OG can apply with how big Resolution is.
I'm loving the Underlord last pick too. Honestly,
It was brilliant.
full auras, the damage mitigation towards Navi's lineup, it's really proving to prevail. And now the Roche looks like it's the next target for OG, and I don't see how Navi can contest this. Seeing from just that last fight, PA popped BKB and just can't do anything.
Can't do nothing. Absolutely nothing.
And now it's pretty much a full butterfly in a second coming off of Rezo on top. With that Aghanim as you mentioned, it's got to be done.
For Rezo. And just OG as a whole, so far today, they are looking to be on the ball, and it's like sometimes this is where it's needed the most. They had to get these 4 wins. They've already got 2, and this third one is looking pretty good. They've got the silence here. They've found themselves a clockwork. Dreamcore's down. Roger, he's trying to do his best to buy as much time as he can.
Jaren's finds General at the bottom.
Leaving, but oh, hello, hook shot. Got by Rezo. Rezo's up to the high ground with the force, gets the kill. And indeed, they catch General as they down bottom. Stone gaze from Resolution as they move forward, trying to back Navi away from contesting, but they have lost the Undying. Rezo back in, there's going to be a buyback from General. They really want to try and contest this team fight. Disruption onto Resolution. He's being forced back. They are getting OG out of the pit. Silences there onto the juicer, and will crystallize in there. The Desto, he's going to be able to get it. Navi, they spit back in, claim the Aegis, they get the Roche kill, and now they're looking for more kills. Jump forward and a couple of crits. That's the No-Tail down. OG, they have to get the hell out of there, but Dendy, he doesn't want to let them. He's trying to chase it. He's looking for the slows. General's coming in with a global TP. He's looking for the wraparound onto Resolution. Resolution staying close to Jarek. If they can get the vision for Crystallize to jump in, it's going to be big. They put down the Sprout. Instant Hex from Jarek, and he's quick with the blink away. Trying to escape. Dendy's though there with the Viper Strike. Crystallize jumping forward, looking for Resolution. Has he got enough damage? The Resolution might have the cheese swallow. The crit comes through. Crystallize, he finds the kill on Rezo. Rezo's down for 80. Now turns towards Fly. Fly is gone as well. 3 dead on OG. These heroes don't have buyback. There's a DD rune available down bottom. This is absolutely huge for Navi. Crystallize doing massive things there as he is able to get the Roshan, get a very successful fight off the back of it. Sure, they do lose Dendy. It is a dieback from General, but this sort of just spanner being thrown into the works of OG is exactly what Navi need to get back on top of them.
They couldn't really go for just like splitting up there, it seems. Like Jarex and Jarex goes bottom to try to get that kill there, but because of that, Roger able to jump in and split the fight up around that Roche pit. Allows Crystallize to go in, get that Aegis cheese. That's a huge comeback for Navi.
Pitiful joys do not harm me.
See the swing starting to come through. OG cannot afford to have any more fights go as badly as that.
No, and the break actually was a pretty big aspect there. He broke No-Tail's Atrophy Aura, so Crystallize, you saw that crit that he got on No-Tail?
Just a couple of hits and he was gone. I know.
Just chunked him down. He has to be careful of those switch movements. They can't really go for those. They can't really get split up versus Navi's lineup.
Boom, there it goes.
Yeah, he's still pretty tough.
Dire's middle tower is under fire.
I think, yeah, he's gonna have the MKB. Does it? He's got the 2 javelins on the courier, I think, hasn't he? So that's gonna be MKB done
Dire denied their middle tower.
very quickly indeed, and just in time because Butterfly has been complete on Resolution. Now level 20, No-Tail with the extra health regen.
I think he got the Crimson Guard finish now too.
Okay,
So he is
they want to go.
super tanky now.
See what they can make happen.
77 HP per second on No-Tail.
Is the Aegis still there? Or?
Aegis is on Crystallize.
Aegis is still there. Crystallize. Oh, hello. Shadow Demon on the front of it all. They actually dropped the wards for that. and the tombstone. OG in sort of panic mode there, as they were very worried about the rest of Navi coming in.
I guess they thought that it was going to be like a real full fight.
Yeah.
Once they had that high ground ward, they saw other heroes of Navi starting to pour in.
Just gotta be careful. S4's there with the setup. Hotel's coming in with the global TP, ready to join the party. General, he's surrounded. Does actually have the shadow, but Jolly, there's him. They've got the detection. Sentry's down. Jarex turns up.
He can't
gets it
TP out
outside.
inside the pit either, because it's going to keep reapplying. So he had to get a move out, but he's coiled. So good little catch there by OG.
Crystallize trying to do his best to split up the pressure and go for this push down mid lane. He is almost only going to have to come back up top if OG can get this push up to the high ground. Resolution leading the way. He's got the creep wave coming around.
Jarex is looking for something. The TPs are all coming in mid. Jarex trying to get things stable.
Quick go scepter. Damage with the dagger. S4's going to continue to chase though. Looks forward with the orb. He's got his eyes on Crystallize. Silas is there. The face shift as well. Has to be careful. Roger will not be able to get away though. Stuck in the pit. Rezo has the damage. S4 continuing to try and play around with his PN. Look at that move speed at the orb. Jumps forward. Coil was back up in 5 seconds. Could have maybe tried to at least force the BKB out if that was going to be the case, but Coil not quite back online.
S4 is playing this puck super well this game.
I mean, it's terrifying. Look at it. He's second highest in net worth, even with Crystallize.
Second highest in level as well. And once he gets that level 25, we know what happens. That GPM starts kicking in. Dagon, Ethereal Blade can be a big factor in this one. He has queued up the Linken's Orb first, but if he can go for those other 2 big items versus a PA, it can be pretty crucial for the lineup. And Notel is just going for just a Blade Mill here to try to reflect some of that damage if they do focus him. Since he has those auras around him, all he has to do is survive in the fights.
Also 14, 5 minutes in, 7k lead for OG. The lies is going to be spotted out. Jarex quick with the blink hex. Have they got the further through lockdown? They haven't. Crystallized will be fine for now.
He just gets reclaimed in each second.
Oh, he has to be careful, and he will be fine. They get the first pop of the ages. The Shaman was down. OG still continue to move forward. Crystallized plays way out this one. He pops the BKB, but he's actually been slow gated up. He's stuck in the Dream Coil as well. Crystallized, what can he do? He tried to get forward for Rezo. He's looking to man up on the Medusa. Can he win this fight? He cannot. The Hex is there from Jarex. Crystallized is down. Rezo will survive. And Navi, they may just lose Roger as well. Notel's going to take the points out. He says, we're not leaving this one anymore, as it's getting a little risky. They were falling a little low. And S4 will go down, but still, yeah, Navi lose 3.
That was a... Dendi tried to Hurricane Pike and push Notel out of there to try to distance themselves, but yeah, that Shrine...
And then I don't think he expected that at all. For them to come back in that quickly, as you say, going to the Shrine, instantly regenerating up, coming back in, that's smart.
Yeah, that's the... I think the first person I saw doing that was Universe when he was playing the Underlord. That's just really good decision making coming out from Notel there.
And the buybacks have to come through now. Dendi and Crystallize buying back. 12k gold lead now for OG. And MKB, the money's nearly there for Rezo.
That high ground ward there, giving them the fight access. Just Jarex with the control. That Stone Gaze as well. Follow up through the BKB on Crystallize.
I mean, Jarex, he has been doing so much on the Shadow Shaman, I feel.
Oh, yeah, I think everybody, everyone on OG is doing their, doing exactly what they need to do in the team.
This is true, yeah. You can certainly talk about everyone just being massive playmakers this game, and the 3 games that we've seen from them so far today. As they will have needed to step it up, they absolutely have OG. Navi now 13k behind with this Viper PA duo core, not the 2 heroes you necessarily want in a late game situation against the Medusa Underlord. And of course S4 Puck, let's not forget that man who's nearly got the Lincoln Sphere, and he is level 25, does have the 420 GPM, so that Lincoln Sphere will be there very soon, and that net worth of the Puck's going to skyrocket. We can see it already, he's second highest, and he's now getting quite an advantage over the PA. We'll try and jump forward onto Jarex. Jarex finds something, he goes up, he gets enough time to get the Shaman wards out. Got the control on the side of it all, but Rezo pops the Stone Gaze. Navi, they have to be careful. The BKB is running low. Rezo moving forward, forced in. There'll be the disruption for Taneko trying to hold back the Medusa. They have found 2 of the kills from OG. Dendi in a bit of trouble. S4 jumps forward. He's got the coil control onto Crystallize. He needs to bring in more for the damage though. And now with Navi coming back in, Uchi will not be able to chase any further. Big pickoffs there for the side of Navi as they take down a few. Quick ult from the Underlord to bring him back out. S4 still hiding in the trees. Navi, they're searching for him. They won't be able to find him. S4 TP's out just in time.
Seneko doing a lot of work with the disruptions there. Disrupted Medusa illusions do a lot of damage, and Dendi with that fresh BKB able to do quite a lot. Just jump starting the fight onto the Shadow Shaman. They lose Jerax right away.
Still though, Rezo survives throughout it all, and
MKB finished.
is without a doubt the big problem for Navi in these team fights.
Yeah, he's level 25 too, so now he gets the modifiers on the split, that MKB. Good.
The best thing they can do is just kite out that Medusa and try and kill the heroes around them.
Yeah.
It's proving to be very, very difficult indeed.
Killing the supports is a good job though. It's a good decision there from Navi. Kill them. Probably maybe not kill Fly if he gets double tombstone down. The fights can be really hard to fight around that. But yeah, I mean, it's just really hard for Navi to fight into Oji's lineup just because of their sheer team fight advantage. Heck's gonna be the last item for No Tail. Quite a ways away.
Yes, for Lincoln's fit. Rezo himself actually looking to cure for Lincoln's his own.
Players here.
A double damage rune down bottom. G to that, look to take another attempt to the push.
General TPs for it and takes it. General does have a Hex finished up too, so he's looking pretty solid. Roger. Blade Mill, Spirit Vessel. Not as substantial as the items that OG has been picking up in the last few minutes.
At the same time, OG, they can't close it with me. Broshan is back up.
That's the refresher
That
shard.
is the refresher shard indeed.
Will probably be given to S4 or Jerax.
Oh, I was going to say Jerax, he loved that.
No Tail. Just walking into the enemy team.
Not taking much damage at all.
Yeah, they actually take 0 up in Viper. They
Ow.
find Dendi.
He's in a bit of trouble. Yeah, it's going to have to put the BKB. The Dream Car down is natural, so Dendi's going to have to hold his ground. So engage comes through. Rezo starting to force them back with the damage they've done. They have lost Fly on the back lines. No Tail in on the front, trying to chase down Dendi, but he hasn't quite got the control. Dendi will be fine. OG getting rather split up here. Rogers managed to segregate Jerax to the side of it all. Jerax has the ghost step to turns with the shackles. He will live for now. They've got the hold onto Roger, keeping it back. Rezo actually going to pick apart the rest of Navi, who tried to come in on this because they felt that it was strong enough that Roger had that lead on the back, but that is GG. They've lost 3. No buybacks. This game over. Just like that, a bit. Navi, they just the bodies in there. And Rezo just stood in between Navi and Glory, and that is one game closer to the dream day that OG are hoping for. 3 wins so far. That one more game against Navi.
That was a very abrupt ending.